Our first speaker, can you fix that thingy? Okay. Our first speaker tonight is Hampus. Hampus will deliver the first of 2 speeches as part of the evaluation and feedback project. Hampus is working on the pathway called Presentation Mastery. His objective with this particular project is to become a better speaker by reflecting on the feedback that all of you will be giving him. So we all know what we need to do. We need to give Hampus feedback so he can incorporate this into his next speech. Hampus joined Conejo Valley Toastmasters on April 1st. He's currently serving as our club secretary. But what does he do in his professional life? We'll find out in his speech, but I'll give you a hint. He's an investment professional who specializes in seaside properties that include recreational marinas. Please welcome Hampus to the stage. Let me give you the name. With his speech titled Recreational Marina Investing Among Superyachts and Pirates. Hampus.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Tonight I will be giving a presentation on recreational marinas, and I will be using slides because this is a presentation that I will also give to an industry association and potentially also in a work meeting for new joiners at my company. I am ready, yes. Thank you, Mr. President. I can see him. Yeah, that's fine. As our Toastmaster this evening mentioned, in my day-to-day professional life, I am an investment professional and I have the privilege of specializing in a very fun, in a really fun type of product that we invest in, which is recreational marina properties. The full title of my speech here is actually How to Navigate Among Superyachts, Pirates, and most importantly, public agency ground lessors looking for their pound of flesh, but I couldn't fit that on the slide. I'm part of a company called Suntex. Suntex was founded in 2015, but our founders have been investing in marinas for almost 30 years. So I look to them as great mentors, and a real wealth of knowledge when it comes to this product type. In 2015, they came up with this great vision of trying to consolidate the US marina market and bringing hospitality to marinas, the way that hospitality was really brought to hotel brands 50 years ago. Something that had never been done. Marinas have always been more of a local business, very often owned by local families, sometimes real estate investors who think of them as storage. But the problem with that is seaside properties should be fun, right? And that's why our vision is to bring hospitality to the marina space. So in 2015, they started raising capital from Wall Street. And since then, we've made over $2 billion of investments, and we built a portfolio of over 70 marinas across the United States. Those marinas are, as you'd expect, concentrated so far in a few key states, Florida being the number one. I don't think that comes as a surprise to anyone, right? It's a great place for boaters. You've got the intercoastal, you can go to the Caribbean, And it's just deeply ingrained in the culture there. But there's some other markets you may not have been as aware of, like the Great Lakes are boating markets, right? Of course, they're seasonal, but they are great boating markets with a great boating culture as well. The same goes for the East Coast. And surprisingly, Dallas, Texas has a lot of lakes around it. I think only one of those lakes is a real lake. The others are all artificial. But if you talk to my team who are actually based in Dallas, Texas, that's where Suntex is headquartered, they would tell you that they love going out on the lakes in a pontoon or in a wake boat just to have fun on the weekend. And then most importantly, for me, the West Coast. That is my mission. I was brought on board because I had an investing background. I've been an investment professional for about 10 years, and I've spent over 12 years in finance. Started at Morgan Stanley, then spent a lot of time working on real estate investments for the proprietary investment arm of Fidelity Investments. And I've been involved now in over $4 billion of transactions. I've also got a California real estate license because I wanted to have a little bit of local credibility and for the Texans to feel like, wow, we can't get rid of this guy because he's licensed in California. A problem I have, though, sometimes is these Texans, they might say, why are we looking to invest in California when everybody is leaving California to move to Texas? California is such an awful place. It's overregulated and it's too expensive to live there. Well, here is the case I made as someone who married a Californian and also genuinely loves the state of California. Yes, some people may be leaving California, but you know what? There are 4 million boaters in the state of California. That's pretty impressive. That's what, 10% of the population? And by that, I don't mean people who say I like boating. I mean people who have actual California boater cards. Does anyone else here have a boater card, apart from me? No? I'm not preaching to the converted. I'm going to have to do some more work on conversion here. It's a great market. We've got 35,000 slips between Santa Barbara and San Diego. So I got my work cut out for me. But interestingly, there are no new marinas being built. The last marina was Dana Point, built in 1971. They're all built between 1960 and 1971. And I don't think that with today's environmental regulations, you could really build more harbors. So supply is fixed. And at the same time, even though some people are leaving California, incomes and wealth keep growing. So from a supply-demand dynamics perspective, it's a very attractive market. And also these owners who've owned the marina since the 60s, they often don't have a succession plan, and they're getting old. And that's where I come in. So if you bump into any of them, you know who their guy is. I'm going to play a little guessing game with you guys to make this more interactive. These are marinas that I currently have under contract. So I'm working on about 10 different deals right now. Number one, where is this? You're the real Californians. I just married one. Come on, tell me. Where is this? You got it. Marina del Rey. Marina del Rey. Number two, this is harder. Channel Islands Harbor, right here. Number three, this is really hard. You're right, Oakland. Number four is easy. San Diego, there you go. These are some of the locations I'm working on right now. There are 12,000 marinas in the United States, but only 1,500 are institutional marinas. Now, we only have 70, so you can tell that there's a lot of runway for us to just keep acquiring marinas in the United States. Why do we like marinas? Well, it's real estate, right? People in Marina del Rey, they'll pay for a slip what I pay for my mortgage. It's completely nuts to me, but that's the kind of wealth you have around there. So we like it because it's real estate. And then there's some other revenue streams that we don't value as highly, but we'll deal with those as well. I'm going to skip over this. The biggest challenges are dealing with the local governments who want their pound of flesh. As I said, they want 25% of the slip rent. As a taxpayer, I like it. As an investor, it can be pretty challenging. There have also been pirates recently in Oakland. They're trying to deal with that, but that's actually a real challenge. In the wealthiest bay in the world, we have actual pirates. And then, of course, weather becoming more unpredictable is also a big challenge. But overall, We still love the product, and we believe that in these crazy times, we could all use a bit of blue therapy. We believe in that, and so should you all. Or as my Texas-based CEO would say, y'all.
Thank you, Hampus. Thank you. Wow. I love how we had to figure out which ones were those Marinas. How'd you all know that? I knew like one. Let's take a minute to give Hampus some evaluation. That's what he's going to need in order to deliver his second speech. 1 minute on the clock, please.